So I'm Bryson Hilton with leadexperiments.com, and myself personally starting out building my own social media marketing agency, I was able to book hundreds and hundreds of demo appointments with businesses and was able to generate quite a big book of business for myself. And I actually became so good at it that I automated it and turned it into a piece of software that hundreds and hundreds of social media marketing agencies now use to build their own agencies. And what it does is it literally puts your prospecting on autopilot. But I'm going to dive into some of the principles now so that even if you don't use my software at leadexperiments.com, you can actually just do it for yourself manually. But in the last section, I kind of covered three major points, and I'm going to delve in now to each of those points just a little bit more. And what we talked about was really you want to find out where the money is. And in my opinion, that's figuring out contact information for the particular niche that you're targeting, whether it's dentists, doctors, roofers, plumbers, and the list goes on and on. The second thing is you've got to have a mechanism to use that contact information to get them to book a time on your calendar. And that's what I'm going to cover in a little bit more depth here. So really, if you find some sort of online directory, and let's say you're targeting a niche like plumbers, usually you can find some sort of directory where you can find, the name of a plumber. You can find out their email address. You can find out their phone. And usually you can find out some sort of social page, whether it's a Facebook page or a Twitter handle. And you're going to just literally reach out to them, and this is the message that I have personally found to be total and complete gold in terms of getting somebody to book a time with you on your calendar. And so let's just break down that message. Now, the reality is, and what I've seen a lot of rookie mistakes is people will write this email that'll be, just a novel. And the reality is if you're a plumber or a doctor or a dentist or, really just any niche, you just don't have time because you're answering or you're looking at your email on your phone. Really now, everyone expects messages to be so short because on Facebook Messenger or on your text messaging, everything's super short. So even if they're reading an email, they only have time for really 2 or 3 lines. And so what I do is I say something like this. We'll have line number 1. And on that line, I introduce myself. And I'll usually say something to the effect of, I've built X for Y. So what I first recommend is on this first line, you're going to say something like, I built X for Y. And let me tell you what you put into these variables. X is the benefit that you can get for the customer. So X equals big benefit. And actually, I should say this needs to be a huge benefit. It's got to be something that screams out to the business owner so that they have to have it. It just can't be something that it's nice to have or something that they might want to have. They have to have it. So I've built a way to get 10 new customers a month, and then you fill in the why, and that's who they are. So they know you're speaking exactly to them. So for example, if I'm writing this email or doing this text message or writing this Facebook message on their page, I've built a way for you to get 10 new customers a month just for dentists. So the niche you're talking to. And let's say the next day I was targeting plumbers. I'd say something similar, but I'd say I've built a way to get 10 new customers a month just for plumbers. So now they feel like, okay, this guy gets me. He's talking to a plumber. He knows how to get 10 new customers. but he knows how to do it exactly for what I'm looking to do. So that is your line number one. Line number two is the invite. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how you surreptitiously build the credibility into this message without having to be braggadocious. All right, so point two, you just say, is there a time on, and then put a link to your online calendar. And I recommend doing calendly.com. They have a free plan that costs no money to you. And I've tested out a lot of different calendar systems, and this one just really converts because it looks really good on mobile. And the reality is most people who are reading your message, they're going to be on their mobile phone. And so they just need a quick, easy way to book something. So is there a time on calendly.com / and then you put your special URL that you'll get once you sign up for it? Is there a time on calendly.com where I can show you how it works? And that's it. Now, you do want to build some credibility because they're like, well, who is this guy, right? So that's where point number 3 comes in. You just do thanks ahead. And then put your name, but then right here, put your website, and then put your LinkedIn. And, 60% of the time, they're going to click to your website to learn a little bit more about you. And we're going to show you in another module why this is really important, because you can actually build retargeting pools and actually retarget advertising to them on Facebook, on Google, on YouTube, just because they visited your website. And this has actually proven to be a very, very effective, cost-effective way to getting new clients, because now you're only targeting people who have actually visited your website. So then, this link here is going to your LinkedIn profile, and they're also going to click on that because they're curious who they're dealing with. And on your LinkedIn profile, you can really just do an incredible job of showing how you and you can do an incredible job. You can do an incredible job on your LinkedIn profile, really promoting yourself as a top social media marketing agency. So, kind of to cap up this module, my question for you is what is your X? What is your big benefit that you are going to be offering and delivering to your target market?